Bro, who the fuck fucked with my title? Dude, I am so pissed off right now. Oh my god, dude. Bro, don't ever change my fucking title again. Whoever fucking changed my title, holy shit, what an ass.
And Stephanie, in these moments, in these parts, I have to be honest with the viewer, it is my favorite, just to see who's
Don't
talking
fuck with
to
my
who
titles.
and who's not talking to who, and who's greeting each other, and who's turned their body language away from each other. It is fascinating, and almost the former speakers there right in the front, kind of unofficially acting as a greeting line for so many members there of the House. Many Republican members right there. You see Chip Roy. You see Brian Stile from Wisconsin, and others there. You see Jeff Van Drew from New Jersey. Of course, Chip Roy drawing the ire of President-elect Trump during the entire government funding shutdown showdown that was averted mere weeks ago after the Christmas holiday.
I don't know. It got
It's just
triggered by the title.
So we are seeing this, Stephanie, of how all these people are going to fit.
It's literally,
in
dude, it's literally the
Capitol
title.
Rotunda, and it is getting full. And it is getting packed, as we can see. So we're going to do our best to point out some of these notable individuals, some of these dignitaries there, gathered, invited. Now, what was so interesting, a lot of these lawmakers, they get their own kind of set of tickets where they can hand out and dole out at will to supporters and family and friends. Well, that was kind of moot this year because it was moved inside from outside because it was so cold. So to your point, we have heard from a lot of people, people who come from all over the country to be here for Inauguration Day. Pretty disappointing. And to your point, the National Mall right now, not a soul in sight. And that is never the case on these Inauguration Days.
No way.
It is teeming with thousands of people. And you see there some of the members of Congress, Mike McCall there from Texas, Mark C. Kaptur from Ohio, Greg Meeks from New York, Byron Donalds from Florida there, Mike Waltz, the incoming National Security Advisor. Of course, remember, he had to resign his House seat in order to take this role. This is not a Senate-confirmed role, National Security Advisor. And you see so many others from the Texas Republican congressional delegation there.
Dude, I got a bunch
also,
of
Andrew,
Solana, so I'm
what's interesting
Gucci.
is, of course, obviously all of this has had to pivot from an outdoors event to an indoors one, and the reason being that it was too bitterly cold outside. And now one has to wonder, with hundreds and hundreds of people packing inside the Capitol Rotunda, how warm it's going to get inside there. They might have a very different issue. When you have so many people packed shoulder to shoulder, it does get very warm, and it is going to be interesting.
Do you
to
think
see,
Trump coin's gonna pump today?
Interaction between the people as we continue to see that interaction. I did want to just allow our viewers to just absorb and be part of this as we continue to raise the audio and just listen in and just take stock of this historic event. Although we do want to now pivot as we continue to see, here's a live look right here of the First Lady Jill Biden and the soon-to-be First Lady Melania Trump.
Yeah,
now
but people
leaving
click on the
the
channel
White
live, they'll
House,
find it eventually.
Entering into the motorcade as they
Nelly!
make their way to the Capitol Rotunda right there. A live look, as you can see, another event happening as the First Lady Jill Biden and soon-to-be First Lady Melania Trump departing together in this vehicle right here.
Dude, she
on
has
their
pea
way
pods.
to the Capitol Rotunda. We have yet to see President-elect Trump and President Biden.
Maybe
They will
there's
be
someone out
likely
there.
the very last individuals
Chat,
to
let me go
depart
check.
the White House on their way. As we were mentioning, Andrew, President Biden, President-elect Trump taking part in the traditional tea ceremony. Where
I
they
have
sit down for
Melania
tea
coin.
and, you know, have a conversation of sorts ahead of the inauguration and the official oath of office.
Yeah, I think the role of the First Lady, especially with Melania Trump, will be very interesting the second time around, of course.
Yeah,
You have to imagine what Joe Biden and
My Melania
Trump
coin is
discussed.
up.
Melania Trump is not a new First Lady. She is incoming and a former First Lady herself. And it was reported that Melania Trump's people did decline another invitation for tea with First Lady Biden a couple of weeks back. So I thought that was interesting. Maybe no love lost between the two there. But we know Melania Trump really took a back seat, was almost completely absent from the 2024 campaign. Yes, she did appear at that Madison Square Garden rally in New York City. She did appear at the RNC there.
Holy shit, American coin
In
is up.
Milwaukee, she did not speak at the RNC, and so it'll be interesting to see. She did take somewhat of a back seat in the Trump first term as well. In the role of First Lady, the role of First Lady that Jill Biden took was very front and center, was very prominent. Some would even argue that she was, because of President Biden's age or alleged infirmities or alleged senility, that she was somewhat also in charge of the inner circle, so to speak. So I thought those roles were very different.
And we
we
see
now
the
have
doors,
the two
Andrew,
principals, I
opening
believe,
once
coming out.
again.
Maybe not?
I just wanted to let our viewers know we see the doors opening once again. That, of course, is Vice President-elect J.D. Vance alongside Vice President Harris. They, too, will be sharing a motorcade. And to your point, Andrew, you were mentioning it's going to be interesting to see what First Lady Jill Biden and Melania Trump will be speaking about. Now you have Vice President Harris and J.D. Vance sharing a vehicle. You know, is there going to be any sort of conversation, as they make their way to the Capitol Rotunda? We continue to talk about the political dynamics. And, it's always interesting. We see them from a distance, but truly they only know what's happening inside that vehicle, of course, alongside, Secret Service. But they, too, are departing the White House. And finally, as we pivot
Get 'em the fuck
view
out.
right there back to the front doors, we are expecting to see President-elect Trump and President Biden to depart shortly. I also wanted to share this look as we continue to take a look. You can see House Speaker Mike Johnson there arriving at the Capitol Rotunda as we do see.
Dude, a conversation
the
is probably
limousine,
about like
that is set to
they need to
depart
get
the
the
White
fuck
House
out,
right
bro.
here.
That's
and
what
I
it
did just
usually
want
is.
to pause on
This
this
one
live
was
look
worse,
as we are
dude.
expecting
Very
President-elect
bad
Trump and
administration.
President Biden to be departing
New administration,
the White House
best
in just
administration.
a matter of moments. Also sharing a singular vehicle as they make their way to the Capitol Rotunda for this historic moment.
Historic day.
Donald
Historic
Trump is
day in
going to be
America.
sworn in as the 47th
Historic.
President of the United States.
Most historic day in America.
And just to note, Stephanie, the
You know what's crazy? The Mexicans working next door, they're very quiet today.
Congressional committee,
not too
known as
loud
the
today.
Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies. They
The ones that are doing
tasked with putting
construction,
all this on.
Usually
And so
really
that's why
loud
you
all
saw
the time.
Senator Deb
I don't hear
Fischer
no
there,
fucking singing
the
today.
Republican from Nebraska. And so they are responsible for
oh.
planning this, for making sure it all goes off without a hitch. And so they are instrumental in this. You're going to see them quite a lot today. And you just saw Deb Fischer there with, I believe, Usha Vance and Doug Emhoff. So wanted just to note that there as well. You also see some of these congressional leaders get there into the rotunda. You just saw Hakeem Jeffries and others, Speaker Mike Johnson. So congressional leadership looks like they are in the building now. We are waiting, to your point, President-elect Trump and President Biden. And to your point, I do hope that maybe some of the official photographers will release photos from inside the limousines of how these moments transpired, what the conversations were like. Maybe we can get some reporting as well. We do know, though, the Bidens have been somewhat gracious with the Trumps after the November 5th election. President Biden inviting Trump to the White House that very same week and committed to a peaceful transition of power. And that is what we are seeing today. And that is why this is so important. So Biden and Trump will be riding over in the Beast to the Capitol from the White House momentarily. This is really quite something. You know, obviously they haven't spent that much time together. They were on a debate stage twice in 2020. They were on a debate stage once in 2024. They've appeared at similar events at the same time, but I would venture to say that this is going to be the closest in proximity they have been for the longest duration, maybe ever. And so you just have to wonder what those conversations are going to be like. These political rivals, political foes, from all reporting suggests they literally cannot stand each other. And I think a lot of the viewers forget that after Biden sought not to seek re-election after the debate in June in Atlanta,
Where are my
where he
pants?
withdrew
I gotta
from
go
the
get my
ticket,
drink.
the Trump campaign had a difficult time adapting and adjusting to the fact that he was not going to be the rival. It was going to be someone else, and here they are.
Get the fuck out, Brandon. Look at him. He doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. He can't even get in the fucking door. Look at him. He can't even get in the fucking door. He doesn't even know what's going on, like a fucking weird robot. Probably smacked him around for sneak dissing.
And as the limousine departs right there, we actually saw President-elect Trump on his cell phone, Andrew, just checking some stuff. But we were hearing one of the reporters yelling out to both Biden and Trump, "What are you going to talk about?" And obviously they did not answer. But of course, that's the question that everyone wants to know. What will these gentlemen be speaking about? They, of course, were joined by Representative Amy Klobuchar, who, is part of the committee that oversees the inauguration and all of the events. But still, curious minds want to know, Andrew, what is the conversation going to be like inside this limo? I don't know specifically, and perhaps you do, just how many minutes it's going to take for the limousine to actually arrive at the Capitol, but it could either be a very long ride or it could be a very short and comfortable ride. We don't know.
Yes, it is a very short ride, under 10 minutes. And yeah, you saw there Senator Amy Klobuchar from Minnesota, the Democrat, another member of this joint congressional committee on inaugural ceremonies. And so she's also in the limousine. Maybe she'll be breaking the ice, so to speak, between Trump and Biden. But this leads me to wonder as well, Stephanie, what is the Biden post-presidency going to look like? We know they're going to be, they being Joe and Joe Biden, they'll be spending a couple of days in Santa Barbara, California. After today, they'll be whisked off there to the West Coast. We know Trump is going to the West Coast later this week on Friday to survey some of the damage wrought by the LA wildfires.
No way, he's gonna be here. Cool.
At the same time as well,
but at the same time, he's gonna make traffic fucking ass.
It's different, so to speak, if you're Obama and you're leaving the White House in your 50s. Biden leaving the White House in his early 80s. I wonder how he will choose to use that. He said in a speech in South Carolina just yesterday, he is going to remain engaged. He is going to remain committed. He's not going anywhere. So I think it remains to be seen what his role in American political
engaged
life
in what,
will
dude?
be
He's
going
done.
forward. Sometimes presidents, all presidents, when they leave the White House, they go back to being everyday regular citizens. But some take up a role, and they want to be, and they want to use their influence that they had in the Oval Office, even while not in the Oval Office. Jimmy Carter was a perfect example of that. And so you're watching the Beast right now move down Pennsylvania Avenue. down to the U.S. Capitol. This is quite something. This is remarkable. Let's just watch and listen.
This is so cool. Look at Trump winning. God, I love this fucking country. No, Trump's right there, dude. This is the car. Dude, this is the car. This is the car Trump's in. This is live. This is Donald Trump right now, dude. I'm watching it live. I'm watching this live. Donald Trump, this is my drone. I'm flying the drone right now. This is live right now. I'm flying the drone. Yeah, we're flying the drone. No, this is definitely not Fox News. This is definitely my drone. I was given permission to fly this drone. Yeah, the beast. Probably not that close. They have jets flying around today. There are fighter jets flying around DC today. All day long. There are fighter jets in the sky, and there are fighter jets ready in local airports. Yeah, after JFK, they'll never do a convertible to where you can see the president. They should just put him in a box like the Pope. You know, they toured the Pope around in a box, in a bulletproof box. Yeah, it could be, oh, look, see, it's getting glitched. It's getting glitched.
All right, it does appear perhaps as though this live look right there, foes. Andrew, obviously, this, this is coming
Security.
from one of the vehicles as part of this motorcade. It does look like they are trying to get it back, but and it does look like they have. We're just going to hang on this. It looks like they have fixed this issue. Let's listen.
Security measures. We're gonna go work later today on Twitch, I think. Later today, I'm gonna go work on Twitch, dude. We're gonna do delivery today.
From so many of
I just
these
want to watch this morning.
Who have lined the streets there, and you can see them on the sides waving. It is very, very cold. We're now passing the National Gallery of Art. If you're familiar with Washington,
Why is the picture so shitty?
About the feet, it looks a little bit in and out there, but we're going to stay with it. But the motorcade moving now, both President Biden and President-elect Donald Trump inside alongside Senator Amy Klobuchar in there. So I said this is about under 10 minutes, and we're going to be moving up to the U.S. Capitol in just no time here. But you can see the security. You can see
all the
there,
security. This is
some
so
of the
amazing.
troops
This is the best.
standing guard, saluting the motorcade as it moves past. And now I believe we're going to be right outside the U.S. Capitol momentarily. And so this is really, really remarkable. We're not.
I need to order more drinks.
We're not going to see your typical inauguration parade, down Pennsylvania Avenue because it is so cold. President-elect Trump will be visiting his throngs of thousands of supporters at Capital One Arena, much like the rally he had yesterday. And that is where people are watching it live inside that arena, thousands of them. And that is probably why you're not seeing as many people line the streets. There's hardly anyone on the National Mall.
Yeah, it's fucking
Because,
cold.
one, it's inside the rotunda, the swearing in, the oath. And two, it's just too cold there. And we've heard from some of Trump's folks, including incoming White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, saying that this was not done for security reasons. This was done to protect his people, Trump's people. Though there are some security analysts and experts that we've even talked to here on Live Now who argue that this could have been made with that in mind, that decision could have been made with that in mind. Let's keep watching this motorcade.